Hey, what's up? I'm your host, Christian Patterson, here to bring you this week's edition of TV20's Inside Sports Report. Brown and Orange Week has been a tradition in the city for more than 30 years. It normally takes place heading into the final regular season game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But this year, the Browns opened up at home against the Steelers. So Brown and Orange Week is week 1. Bob Grace, the president of the Browns backers and the founder of the Save Our Browns organization, sat down in our TV20 studio to talk about the Browns, the fans, and the rich history of Brown and Orange Week.
The Cleveland Browns mean enthusiasm, excitement, hope. It releases the day-to-day stress of a lot of people in this town. When they perform, this town is on a high. When they don't perform, there's something missing. I've been involved in this for 34 years, and over the last 2 years, we could see the energy just dissipate in this town. So when the Browns are expected to play well as they are this coming season, starting this Sunday, there's an energy around this town right now that is unequaled. While Mayor Jackson obviously has continued this tradition since 1984, every mayor, starting with George Voinovich, Dennis Kucinich, all of them, what it means to me for them to embrace this tradition, it's just a continuation of how important the Browns are to this town. For the mayor to give me his own private time to come in and give me a proclamation that's not for me, it's for Brown and Orange, so that people know that this is the day that we kick it off. Unlike last year or the years before, this just happens to be the first game of the season that we're playing Pittsburgh Steelers, our arch rivals. So to me, this means more than any of the times before. And of course, I always like talking to Mayor Jackson. We get to sit at his table in his room and talk about things that regular guys talk about. And he's interested in me, and he's interested in what we do, and he really values the traditions that he's helped continue for the last 34 years. 34 years, in 1984 we founded the Browns backers, and I put a lot of hard work and labor into it. We made it one of the biggest fan clubs in the world. To continue this tradition, I don't know who's going to take it over after I'm no longer here anymore, but to be embraced by the mayor and have Brown and Orange Week, it just means that he's validating all that hard work that myself and all the other presidents of the individual clubs around this country and around the world have put into their clubs. And it's just a testimonial to how important Clevelanders feel about the Browns and Cleveland itself. When Jimmy Haslam and his wife Dee brought John Dorsey into this town as general manager, and he had a chance to sit up in the owner's booth and watch the last 4 games of the season, I knew then, because I knew his legacy up in Green Bay and I knew his history, this is a pure football guy. No longer are we going to operate the way we have been over the last 7 or 8 years with people running the front office and analytics doing the drafting. This is a pure football guy. I started really getting excited. Then he started bringing in offensive coaches, defensive coaches, going out and signing guys like Jarvis Landry and Carlos Hyde and everything he's done, bringing us up to, and boy, holding us on the edge with the draft without letting anybody know what he was going to do, and then coming with a quarterback that is going to make a heck of a difference next year. I don't want him to start this year. But how exciting has it been? I haven't been this excited in probably 7 or 8 years for the Cleveland Browns. We legitimately have the chance of starting another dynasty on Sunday. Now that doesn't mean that we're going to win this whole season out and go to the division, but boy, are we going to be competitive. And boy, are we going to bring a different look to this town for football. And other teams are going to learn the Cleveland Browns are back in town. A true Browns fan is all those people that show up at the stadium every Sunday, as crappy as the team has been, hoping that they'll turn it around. They walk away disgusted, but guess what? They're back there on the very next Sunday. And that's what a true Browns fan is, somebody that really believes in the team come hell or high water. As far as I'm concerned, my love for the Browns started when I was a kid, listening to the first playoff game between Baltimore and the Cleveland Browns, painting the basement of my mother's house. And it just grew from there. But given the opportunity to connect with the Browns and create the Browns backers and be the chairman of Save Our Browns under Mayor Mike White and fight to get this team back here, all the great people that I met, every single one of those people, there's no other town in this United States that has a better love for their football team and fought harder than the Cleveland fans, the Cleveland Browns. The rivalry between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns has sort of ebbed off over the last couple of years because we haven't won. We haven't really been competitive for them. But Sunday is the beginning of the revival of a new rivalry. When we surprise them and kick their butts on Sunday, they'll realize that the Cleveland Browns are back.
Five-time MLB All-Star, Silver Slug Award winner, and Cleveland Indians legend Jim Thome retired from the game of baseball in 2012. After years of smacking home runs and terrorizing pitchers, he's now enshrined in Cooperstown as a first ballot Hall of Famer. The Cleveland Indians were the first organization to give Thome a chance in the big leagues, and now they're honoring him for all his accomplishments. Thome had the chance to express his emotional whirlwind in becoming a Hall of Famer, sharing the moment with his family and teammates, as well as comparing his 90s team to this current team.
It was incredible. Every moment from Wednesday to Sunday, there was so many emotions, from the interview with Matt Underwood about my mom that was really emotional, to my daughter singing, to looking out at my son and my wife, to seeing my dad. Like, think about it. My dad got to see my debut, and he got to live my whole baseball career. And it's just, every moment, the porch, meeting the Hall of Famers, sitting in the rocking chair, letting Johnny Bench tell you what it's like to be a Hall of Famer, looking out to the lake. I mean, the story goes on. The induction dinner, when you're finally inducted, you go to the induction dinner and you sit around. You get invited to the big table, you know, the sluggers table. That's pretty special. And it's something there's so many great stories about that weekend that I never take for granted, and just, it was so much fun. So it's very surreal, to be honest.
Thome's team in the 90s was very close-knit, and he's excited to share this moment with his brothers.
It'll be so special. I've heard from a few of them. I don't know exactly who's all coming, but that'll be kind of fun in itself. But yeah, I mean, like with Sandy, you know, I mean, this guy invited me in. He was my first big league roommate, you know, and he took me under his wing, and that's kind of how our teams in the 90s were. You know, we were all brothers, and even though you retire, you move on, you kind of go about your life, when you get back together, like the minute you see Baerga, you realize that the energy level rises, and it's like old times. So that's the fun part. You get to be a teammate again to what we all shared, something special.
Thome actually played with a few players that are currently on the roster, and he can see some of the similarities in this current team compared to his 90s team.
You know, when you look at the club now, and I'm not around it as much as you guys, but I do see it. I mean, obviously, they've established themselves as the top of the Central. And how they've gone about it, I think how the organization has gone about it. You know, I had, you know, Josh Tomlin to Brantley, you know, all these guys were kind of getting established and now are established. It's really great that I got to come back when I did to see this part of it. I was always in the 90s, and then to see this group is very special. I think, you know, I think Cleveland is waiting for them to get into October, because of special things that are going to happen, for sure.
Congratulations to Hall of Famer Jim Thome. You will forever be a legend in Cleveland. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more of TV20's Inside Sports Report. Welcome back to TV20's Inside Sports Report. I'm your host, Christian Patterson. The 39th Annual National Sports Collectors Convention made a stop through Cleveland at the IX Center. Collectors, dealers, athletes, and fans were in attendance for this very popular convention. More than 600 distributors and dealers from around the country arranged themselves around the IX Center, displaying everything from sports cards to collectibles, toys, event-used items, jerseys, and much more.
This is our 7th time in Cleveland, and it's been 4 years since we've been here, but we love Cleveland. Cleveland is an awesome city for us. We have great support from the community, from the IX Center, and it's just been something where all our exhibitors feel welcomed, and the hospitality is so great that we enjoy coming back.
Not to mention, nearly 100 former and current professional athletes were scheduled to attend and sign autographs.
We have our trading card manufacturers who rely on those superstars, and those superstars bring in the kids, the card collecting, the pack wars, the signatures and all that. So yeah, they're extremely important, and we're actually very fortunate because this is a summer event. We normally don't have the current players, but we do this year.
Panini America is the world's largest sports and entertainment collectibles company. They have exclusive rights to different professional sports as well as athletes. And one of their players happens to be this year's first overall pick in the NFL draft.
The guy that's up at the top of that list right now is Baker Mayfield. So, number 1 draft pick, obviously exciting, passionate football player. He's going to be one of those guys on our NFL product that is, going to be very collectible throughout the entire season. Then you turn the corner and you go to Colin Sexton. Colin's actually going to be with us at our party on Saturday night here with a bunch of collectors, about 300 collectors. We get an opportunity to kind of introduce Colin to the collecting community, and we're really excited for what he's going to do with the Cavs.
With tons of cards and memorabilia to purchase, the thing that caught my eye was the Kobe Bryant package.
This product came out a few months back. It's called Kobe Bryant's Eminence. Kobe Bryant is one of the spokesmen for Panini America, who is the exclusive licensed card manufacturer for the NBA. And this product is a only Kobe Bryant product. And in it, there's 9 Kobe Bryant autographs. There's a Kobe Bryant autograph book. And it highlights Kobe Bryant's entire career. And there's redemptions for sneakers, signed basketballs. There's even a redemption for a meet and greet with Kobe Bryant. We have boxes available here at the show. As you can see, it's kind of pricey. It's $7,950, but you do get 9 autographed Kobe Bryant cards and an autographed Kobe Bryant book. And there's fantastic cards in there with pieces of his jersey. There's gold cards where there's actual pieces of gold in there that are signed. Diamond cards with real diamonds on the cards. And Panini America just did a fantastic job on this product.
Upper Deck is very proud to have LeBron James as an exclusive signer for us. We've been with him since he came into the league. It's been a lot of fun watching his journey. I know it's a little tough in Cleveland right now, but you see what he's doing with the I Promise schools and what he's doing to strengthen the youth in Akron in particular. And you got to just love the guy. So even though he's not playing for the Cavs right now, He's definitely was the first to bring him a championship, and fans seem to appreciate that here at the show, and they love some of the memorabilia that we offer of him.
Okay, so talk about this mystery box that you guys offer.
So everyone is going crazy at the National here about the Upper Deck Authenticated Monumental boxes. You get 5 Upper Deck Authenticated memorabilia items in every box, and there are some that are absolutely loaded. We had this customer pull a box that had 5 spokesmen in it. So he got a Serena Williams dress, Tiger Woods pin flag, LeBron James autograph Heat jersey. He got a, and look at this, this is the star of the show. It's this Michael Jordan signed all-star jacket. Just incredible. Only 23 in the world. Everyone has a hologram with a special number on it. That's Upper Deck Authenticated, making sure that fans are getting the real thing. There's a lot of fake items out there. So Upper Deck witnesses every one of the signings, and you know you're getting the real thing with Upper Deck. The monumental boxes are limited each day, so you want to get to the National before they sell out every day. Very cool.
Michael Jordan, obviously, he is the pinnacle of all basketball collectors, collection. So I do have a Michael Jordan autographed lithograph, and to be able to have this warm-up jacket and be able to get it framed and mounted in my memorabilia cave, it's just going to be amazing.
Trading cards are like gold to sports collectors, and companies like VintageBreak.com relish in this industry.
What I have in front of me is 2 vintage unopened packs, a 1979 O-Pee-Chee pack and a 1960 Topps baseball pack. The O-Pee-Chee is hockey, and the reason why that one's significant, there's potential to have a Wayne Gretzky rookie card in this pack in the 1979 O-Pee-Chee. The last perfect PSA 10 gem mint Wayne Gretzky rookie at public auction sold for over $400,000. You could buy a spot in this pack for $85. So you can see why people are very excited. Instead of having to buy a whole pack, which is 14 cards times $85, you can actually just buy one spot. And for vintage sports card collectors, there's nothing better right now. And it's becoming very clear to us that we have a winner on our hands.
After seeing the price of some of these cards, I'm upset that I still don't have any of my cards from the 80s and early 90s. Who knows? I could be sitting on a gold mine. Thanks for watching the Inside Sports Report. If you would like to catch past episodes of the Inside Sports Report, Classic Sports, or any city championship games, head over to our TV20 YouTube channel and click on subscribe.